Welcome to The Insider by DFIN. I'm Dana Barrett, and joining me today is Aidan Lawless. He is the controller for Cross River Bank. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing very well. Happy to be here.
I'm glad you're here. Before we sort of dig into your experience with ActiveDisclosure, just can you tell me a little bit about Cross River and about your role?
Sure. I joined Cross River 3 years ago. Cross River is a API technology-fueled bank. We stand at the crossroads between technology companies, the fintech ecosystem, and being a heavily regulated chartered bank. Our main clients are marketplace lenders, and we have an extensive payments business.
I think people probably don't realize that they're using you, because we're seeing more and more of that, are we not?
That's fair to say. We're a B2B product, and we pride ourselves on fulfilling our clients' needs, and we take very much a tailored solution to our clients. From a public perspective, we tend to fly under the radar a little bit. That's fair to say, for sure.
Yeah. So as a private company, we've been talking a lot, and we do talk a lot here at DFIN about companies that are going public and all of that. But as a private company, you're using ActiveDisclosure, correct?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, and so can you talk a little bit about your reporting requirements and how that kind of differs from the public space?
Sure. As a private company, we use ActiveDisclosure primarily for our US GAAP annual financial statements. When we decided to use ActiveDisclosure, we were looking for an all-encompassing solution that could suit our needs and also fit our growth cycle.
So how has that sort of changed how your team operates? Are you able to kind of get more done? How's it helped?
Sure, ActiveDisclosure helps us immensely. The auditability of the solution, our ability to work with the guys at DFIN to suit our needs, to tailor to what we need, which is unique to our business. Obviously in a heavily regulated environment like ours, and the raft of disclosure requirements that come with it, we definitely have particular challenges, and ActiveDisclosure helps us to meet those.
Yeah, it's interesting, I think, to think about, even though you're not a public company, because you're banking, you still have all of those really intense regulations.
100%. Our document is quite extensive, which, obviously for a company of our size and in our growth cycle, reporting is something that over the years that we've become smarter at, and we're continuing to grow. Typically, in all things, a business grows, and the accounting and reporting functions, they sprint to try and keep up. Having a solution like ActiveDisclosure has really helped us to move the needle a little bit. Certainly, our audit requirements are very extensive, and being in a product like ActiveDisclosure has helped us both in terms of audit trail, review capabilities, and also things like group management, which, as we scale, are becoming more and more challenging.
So talk about how important it was for you to have Excel within ActiveDisclosure when you were looking for a product.
Sure. Excel is very important to all accountants. I think it will be a hard sell to have a product that isn't somewhat based in Excel. Our source of truth is Excel for reporting. Typically, all our support from our data providers comes in Excel format. What's really good about ActiveDisclosure is that it's one central source of truth. The Excel file that underpins the financial statements makes changes throughout the document very seamless. And also with multiple changes to the document, multiple drafts, you can keep going back to that Excel source of truth, and it's really helpful, to be honest.
So that was obviously a product-based part of why you made the decision to go with ActiveDisclosure. Are there things that go beyond product and price that you look for when you're ready to engage with a vendor?
Absolutely. In terms of things that go above and beyond, since we've started working in ActiveDisclosure, I have to say that the initial sales experience was fantastic. We had a lot of questions. We had a lot of requirements that we needed to fulfill. From end to end, it was fantastic. On top of that, whenever we've had implementation discussions, that was very, very smooth. And the best part for me is the after sales. Any question, big or small, the service in terms of answering those and tailoring the product to our needs is first class. One of the things I like most about ActiveDisclosure is you have the ability to leverage other clients' wants and concerns about the product they listen and they change. So they definitely move with the same pace that your business moves.
Yeah, so it's not like you're getting exposure to anything they're doing, but they're helping improve the product the same as you.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you talk a little bit about your onboarding process with ActiveDisclosure and how that was?
Sure. The onboarding process with ActiveDisclosure was very smooth. There was a project plan from day one. It was very clear in terms of what the resource allocation from our side would be, and there was very clear milestones about how the product would be implemented and what we would need to do to be up and running. We were using the tool after a couple of days, and I would say that our staff became experts in it within a very, very short period of time. Like I mentioned previously, any additional after-sales support, including training at a basic or at a more sophisticated level, was always available to us. The implementation was excellent.
Yeah, I think you mentioned sort of product requests, things that you wanted to see changed. Have you seen that process? Have you seen new things come in that you've asked for?
Sure. I mean, for us as an annual filer, we don't go through the cycle every quarter. But I think what we would like to see is that we get regular updates about where the product is. So at any point in the year, we can understand if there's things, new adaptations of the product and things that we need to learn about, and our teams can be using it ahead of schedule. Basic things like using common features, assigning tasks to teams, which people take for granted, really improves the efficiency of the reporting process. And as I mentioned previously, the fact that when we have requests, that they're listened to, and you see these in the next updates of the product, and that really makes it feel like you're working with a partner rather than a vendor.
So since you started using ActiveDisclosure, have you found that you're using it beyond what you initially bought it for? Or
I think for us now, what we're thinking about is how can we use it in the future, or if there's additional ESG requirements and things of that nature. I think we're always thinking about, okay, we have a core platform which helps us with our reporting, and how can we leverage that for other things as our business evolves. I think right now we're very happy with the solution and the ease of use.
So if there were anything you'd like to see changed, any new capabilities you'd like to see added, you have any ideas on that front?
I think that the approval flow in the document is excellent. I think we've had some feedback in terms of formatting and things like that, and making the UI of the technology even easier to use. I know that ActiveDisclosure has evolved as a product, and right now I think that it's just a continuous maturing of the product, and there's no obvious flaws in the product. It's really just a case of continuing to listen to customers and evolve with us.
So how has ActiveDisclosure saved you time?
ActiveDisclosure has saved my team time by allowing the team to collaborate cross-functionally, and coming up to important deadlines, it's really hastened the review process, allowing for more accurate and timely reporting.
Well, that is great to hear. Yeah. Aidan, thank you so much for sharing your feedback and your thoughts about DFIN. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Great to be here.
This has been The Insider by DFIN. We'll see you next time.